All right, Larry Krueger here from the Pig in a Pickle Krug Show with a little 49er video as we recap everything that happened down here in Santa Clara on a Thursday. And check out Pig in a Pickle, 2 locations, Emeryville and Corte Madera. They're open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. or until they run out. And they do run out, so get there early. Get some brisket chili. Go say hi to Damon, say hi to Mary. Tell them that Krug sent you. And this video also brought to you by Sharp Corners Sports Cards and Collectibles. They're at 205 Cypress Avenue in Pacific Grove, California, along the Monterey Peninsula. Call my friend Anthony Catania. He's at 831-521-5264. Well, 49ers practicing today in Santa Clara, getting ready to take on the Arizona Cardinals in a divisional matchup. This one promises to be a super physical affair. All these division games between the Niners and the Cardinals are. A couple news and notes around the Niners today. Fred Warner loses out to Aiden Hutchinson today. Hutchinson was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Month for the month of September. The Detroit defensive end was fantastic. He had 6.5 sacks, 16 tackles, 6 TFLs, and 1 forced fumble. But I kind of felt Fred would get it. Fred had 2 interceptions. One of them was a pick 6. He had 27 tackles, so 11 more tackles than Hutchinson. He had 1 TFL, 3 forced fumbles, 4 PBUs, and 1 sack in September, but the vote goes to Hutchinson. So what's the moral of the story there? I guess sack the quarterback. 1 sack for Fred, 6.5 for Hutchinson in the month, and Hutchinson gets the award. Also today, another guy, 49er, who was recognized by one of the major publications, and that's Jennings, who was Pro Football Focus's first quarter All-Pro team. He made the offense. The offense was Derek Carr, Nico Collins, Chris Olave, Isaiah Likely, then Jordan Mailata, Quentin Nelson, Creed Humphrey, James Daniels. I thought was interesting. The Steelers guard who was rumored to be headed to the Niners in that and some of those phantom trades that included Ayuk going there. Daniels is the best guard in football according to PFF, and then Lane Johnson of the Eagles. So Jennings makes it. So congrats to Jawan. I don't know what he gets for that, but that's a nice little award there for Jawan. Also, according to PFF, the Niners have the 4th best offense. If you look at highest scoring drive percentage, Washington's number 1 at 64.7, Saints are second at 57.5, Bengals are third at 57.1, then the Niners at 51.3, and Buffalo rounding out the top 5 at 48.8. Also, I think kind of an interesting thing today, PFF put out their pass protection win rate grades in the first month of the season. Number 1 offensive tackle was Lane Johnson. Number 1 offensive guard was Tyler Smith of the Cowboys. Number 1 center was Austin Corbett of the Carolina Panthers. As far as where the Niners fit on the list, Jake Brendel was the 19th rated guard or center. Aaron Banks, the 52nd rated guard. Dom Pooney, the 13th rated guard. Trent Williams was the 31st rated tackle, and Colton McKivitz the 55th rated tackle. So how about that? Dominic Pooney is the 49ers' highest graded offensive lineman according to PFF. So how about that? The first week of the season, or first month of the season, the best offensive lineman according to PFF, Dom Pooney of the 49ers, a 3rd round draft choice, their starting right guard. Also, I thought it was interesting today. PFF had their top 10 rated defensive players of the season, and the Niners technically had 3 guys on the list. Now, Fred Warner checks in at 95.9. He was number 1. He was their highest rated defender. Nick Bosa checks in at 91.2. He was the 4th rated defender. The other guys in the top 10 were Aiden Hutchinson, TJ Watt, Myles Garrett, Micah McFadden of the Giants, Cam Hayward of the Steelers, Josh Hines Allen, I think he plays for the Jaguars, Zion McCollum of the Buccaneers, and Brandon Jones. And I think Brandon Jones plays for Carolina. I'm not really sure. Maybe Chicago. But Brandon Jones was on this list as well. But the guy that didn't make the top 10 but would have if he just had a couple more snaps to qualify is Sam O, as the Niners call him, Sam Aquinu, who had a 90.2 Pro Football Focus grade, and that would have been a top 10 grade if he had just had a few more snaps to qualify. So not only is Fred Warner playing well, not only is Nick Bosa playing well, but out of nowhere, Sam Aquinu is playing at a really, really high level. Tom Brady, by the way, will be on the call for 49ers Cardinals this weekend, on the call for Fox. A couple other notes. Davante Adams, according to Ian Rappaport, there are several teams that he's open to playing for. The Niners are one of those teams, according to him. Saints, Cowboys, Steelers, Ravens, Bills are the other teams. The Niners are, by the way, a 25-1 shot to land Davante Adams. And Patrick Willis is going to receive his Hall of Fame, or his Ring of Excellence, from the Pro Football Hall of Fame at halftime of Niners Cardinals this weekend. Willis, in my opinion, even though there's Haley, even though there's Dave Wilcox, and they're both in the Hall, I would say, if you said to me, who's the best Niner linebacker in the history of the 49ers, I would say it's probably Patrick Willis. So, and one other stat I think to look for, or I thought was kind of interesting, the Niners are averaging 5.7 a carry running to the right side this year. So they averaged 4.1 yards per carry last year running to the right side. This year, 5.7 a carry. Is that all Dom Pooney? I don't know, but he's been the only difference from last year to this year. And if you're looking for one angle on the game this weekend, it may be how often the Niners blitz Kyler Murray. The Niners blitz percentage has gone from 9% in week 1 against the Jets to 33%. They blitzed literally a third of the snaps this last week, so against New England. So if you look at the numbers, I think they probably are going to blitz Kyler Murray quite a bit. As I said, they blitzed New England 33% of the time. Murray's been blitzed this year on 33% of his dropbacks. His completion percentage when not blitzed is 72%. His completion percentage when he is blitzed drops down to 63.6%. So I do think you're going to see the 49ers blitz Kyler Murray quite a bit. And it's not just his completion percentage. If you look at his yards per attempt, when he's not blitzed, Kyler Murray's yards per attempt is 7.9 yards per attempt. When opposing defenses do bring the blitz against Kyler, that number drops from 7.9 yards per attempt to 5.6 yards per attempt. So I think it's pretty clear that if you blitz Kyler, it bothers him. But he's also incredibly mobile, and he can burn you with his arm or with his legs. And to blitz him is high-stakes poker, but you can guarantee that the 49ers are going to blitz. Now, what percentage? I would, the number one blitz team in pro football right now, if you look at the percentage, are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And the Buccaneers right now blitz, they lead the NFL in blitz rate. They blitz 54.4%. It's the third highest blitz rate for a defense in the first 4 weeks of the season since 2020. So the Buccaneers blitz the most at 54%, almost 55%. The 49ers have ramped it up each week. And without Javon Hargrave, I would imagine they're going to continue to up that blitz rate. I would say you're probably going to see the 49ers blitz close to 40% of the snaps against Kyler. Just a guess, but that's what I'm guessing we'll see on Sunday. It is definitely something to look for, though, because the Niners have upped their blitz percentage every single week of the season. Without Hargrave, I think you're going to see more of it in the weeks to come. All right, thanks to Pig and a Pickle for being the title sponsor of The Krug Show. Thanks to Sharp Corner Sports Cards and Collectibles for sponsoring this video. Thanks to all of you guys for supporting The Krug Show on YouTube. Check me out tonight on CamBR from 6 to 7 o'clock. Doug Haller is going to stop by. He covers the Cardinals for The Athletic. And we'll talk a little Niners-Cardinals with Doug Haller. Join me at 6 o'clock on The Sports Leader. And thanks for supporting The Krug Show on YouTube.